it's me, Crypto Git, been an investor in crypto since 2016, made over 5,000x in crypto, and I'm documenting my journey here on YouTube, teaching you everything I've learned so far. So I'm doing this market breakdown video to create a better idea for you guys where this market is headed, what will happen with Bitcoin. I'm going to actually give you an estimate how high I think Bitcoin will end in this cycle, Altseason, Bitcoin dominance, some coins that will top early, and so many other stuff. So the first thing that I want to cover is exactly what's happening with the market. Now, we saw this Trump winning here, and directly we saw this weekly candle closure, which was like crazy, because it's one of the biggest since I think since March. It's been more than 7 months, right? Which is like really, this candle was like, let me see, from the bottom to the top, it's all like 22%. I'm not too sure if any of those candles were 22%. I don't think so, but let's see. I think this looks like, yeah, 16%. So I think the only candle that come near is this one, yeah. So we are doing so good in terms of Bitcoin pumping. I do believe Bitcoin can go easily 100k on 100k above before Christmas, and it's all possible. Look, in 2 weeks we pumped literally from, look, here we were on 5 November, election, 66k. And we pumped to 93k in just 2 weeks, and it's crazy. To get a better idea how things can go, we can take a look on the previous cycle. So once Bitcoin makes a new all-time high, it actually never stops. So what happened in 2021 was exactly like this. So this is the top of 2017. Once it broke, it had 1, 2, 3, 4 bullish weeks only up, right? So for 4 weeks, Bitcoin went up only. It pumped from 20k, 19k, let's call it like that. It went up to 41k, which was crazy. So here right now, we're just 2 weeks in. I think if we replicate or we do something similar like this one here, we have at least 2 more weeks to go. But 2 more weeks can put Bitcoin easily to 100 and something k. Now, for sure, it doesn't necessarily mean that this move would come 100%. Let me check what happened in the previous cycle, so to create a better idea. I'm not too sure if all the data is here, but let me check. Let's go with Bitstamp. I think this is the oldest chart, but give me 1 sec. Let's check Coinbase, because I want to check what happened previously, if they got the data. But yeah, the whole idea is like this. A lot of people in crypto be like, they want to change something. So look what happens. They think like something is changing. So I told everyone, I made a tweet, and I told everyone that nothing has changed. Why? Because a lot of people consider this all-time high here, which technically it was a all-time higher that it came in March, but I called it more like a fake out. Why? Because every time Bitcoin made a new all-time high, it actually went like crazy. It never stopped. Here we kind of stopped. So if you think about it, what happens, look at the data, how accurate these cycles are. So let's go from the bottom of the bear market to the top of it. So this is the bottom, 2017 bull run. It's 1,071 days on average, right? How much days last? Look at this one. These are 3 cycles basically. Yeah, I think this is all the data. That's so good. 1,085. Now I'm on the weekly time frame, so it might be a few days off, a few days more, doesn't matter, but you get my point. Notice how similar those time frames are. So the only thing that has proven to be right all the time are cycles. People be in this market that, oh, I mean, this cycle is different because of this, because of that. You gotta understand that when those theses come out, these are all based on thin air, while you gotta base your analysis and forecast on things that are a data, are a metric, which here you can't deny the math, right? So why you need this information? Because if you knew that bull run would last, let's say the last one lasted for 1,071 days, if you got out, let's say on 1,000 days or 1,005 days, you could have prevented and probably got way earlier, not lose everything in the bear market. So if we apply this data here based on the previous cycle, let's say the top is probably, the bottom is probably here, let's say 1,050 days, let's be a little bit more conservative. It means October 2025, so which I've told earlier, Q4 2025. Let me show you something really good too. because as I said earlier, a lot of people said that this thing is changing because we made a new all-time high earlier, and I told everyone, yes, it was an all-time high, but it was mostly due to the hype that ETF caused it here. So the real all-time high is this one. Why? Because look at this chart here. This was the top of 2013 bull run, then we entered in the bear market, then we had 2017. Look what happened once we actually broke the high of 2013 bull run too. We actually broke the high here. We had like a small really dip, maybe something in news came, or maybe the market was illiquid here. All-time high, we actually go like crazy. Maybe this time here, when we actually properly broke it, market was illiquid or some whales down, but look at how fast this rally was back then. It pumped like crazy. So usually when we actually go and make a new all-time high, maximum from this data we dump 2 weeks, or maximum, let's call it 3 weeks, which was a rare circumstance, and then we go up only. So at this time we actually went so quick because Trump got elected and he actually won the presidency, and he's pro-crypto. So to give an estimate what can happen with Bitcoin is like this. So Bitcoin had an all-time high in 2013 of $1,000 and let's call it $1,100. The all-time high was 19K. So Bitcoin pumped here by let's call it from the high. It pumped like 1,500%. 19K. Let's do it like this. 19K. We divide with what was the exact current price here. 1,150. Let's do it like this. So it pumped by 16x, right, upon this high here. So here it did a 16x growth from the actual last all-time high in 2017 bull run. Now, top was, let's call it 19. Here we actually tapped 60. Let's call it 68K. So let's divide 68,000 by 19,000, so you can create a better idea how much it pumped. So we did a let's call it 3.6x. So the pumps on Bitcoin are actually getting smaller. Like, you can't expect Bitcoin to do today 16x that it did in the last cycle, because one thing, market is liquid right now. Here it was illiquid because you could have just a whale putting $10 million and pumping it like crazy, but today the liquidity on Bitcoin is way higher. You got many institutions, so it's a different story. So you see that pumps on Bitcoin are just getting smaller. We went from 16K to 3.6K. Now, to create a better idea how things will go here is we gotta consider how much it pumped in the last bull run. Why I call it like that? Because in the last bull run we got such enough liquidity. Here I don't like to do the math properly because the market was new, there weren't many coins. Here probably in this area here, I remember there were just 300 coins in crypto. Today you got like probably more than 5 million coins in crypto. So the data is crazy. Now the all-time high was here 19,000. If we take how much it pumped in terms of percentages here, it did like 246%. 246% from this all-time high here. It should put Bitcoin price on around, let's call it 234, 240K. Now, the first cycle here, so the target would be probably this one, 230K. And let me give my opinion. So we went from 16x growth here to actually 3.4, 3.5 here, which is lower. And here you might argue and say, but how you can actually measure the same move that he did here, because it needs to get smaller. I agree. Now I have two theses, because I'm not going to be like, yeah, it's going to happen 100%. I have two theses. We can actually do the same. I don't expect to do more in my own opinion, because the market, the more market gets liquid, the more people join, the less the pumps are, and you can actually check the data. So just because we got the institutional demand and ETFs, I wouldn't be surprised if we reach at this target and we pump the same as last time. So we pump anything above 200K, right? If institutions will actually crash and sell, because you never know, institutions are here to make money and to control the market, but trust me, when the top comes, then don't expect them to say, yeah, I'm gonna buy more, it's amazing, they're gonna tell you it's time to get out. Like, institutions always manipulate you. Like, here at the top, they'll tell you how amazing Bitcoin is. They will tell you the $1 million price Bitcoin prediction. You'll get overhyped to buy more while they sell in silence, and you'll never understand. So you have to be really careful. Why? Because you actually need to understand how much to aim for this cycle. So if we play the game and we do the same like we did here, we're probably gonna go above 200k. If something shady will happen, institution will sell behind the doors, we can go somewhere to near 200k. So in my own opinion, I think we'll pump something similar. My own prediction for Bitcoin is 200k and above on this cycle. I think 200 to 240k is my realistic prediction based on the charts and based on my thesis. For sure, giving a clear estimate right now is kind of hard because you got institutions, you got so many people joining, so it's not like a proper number. But I think we can easily reach 200k in this cycle, and yeah, if that happens, it would be crazy because ETH should probably go. I think ETH can easily go to, if this happens, basically ETH can probably go to 12 to 15k this cycle too, because ETH, the all-time high for ETH was 1.4k. The 2007, this is the last all-time high is 4.7k. It's just 2x is like 9k, 3x is like almost 13k. So I think ETH has potential to do 3x from the all-time high here. Why? Because you got Bitcoin that actually has been in the market for many years, and actually Bitcoin made a 3.5x. So Ethereum, in my own opinion, I think it's easily a 3x from here. For sure, if Bitcoin goes at 200k level. So 3x from here would put to 13-14k range. So I wouldn't be surprised. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Bitcoin dominance and Altseason, because everyone has been asking me for that, and I need to tell you something which is really unique. Let me draw it like that so you have it in a better way. So this is the range where usually Altseason starts. So the range that Altseason starts and basically Bitcoin tops is 65%. So we always want Altseason, but we don't analyze the data. Look what happened in 2017 bull run. It pumped, touched 65%. It touched a bit more, but I'm talking at least. It touched 65%, and then Altseason came, it crashed. Here it wasn't a proper Altseason because there weren't many coins, but we can get a better idea on what happened in 2021. What happened? Touched 65%. It went more, but as I said, at least 65%, and then it crashed. So I think here we got more room to grow, and Bitcoin needs to go up more. Then we'll see the Altseason. Based on the charts, based on the cycles, we should at least reach 65% before the Altseason starts. So you might argue, and you might be like, yeah, but the market knows more altcoins right now. You got this meme coin dominating. They're doing great. And I agree. It might happen that retail has actually woken up and they love more alts than BTC, and we might also crash here. But chart doesn't show that, so I would stick to chart. I think we have more room to grow, and we should go at least to 65% and then crash, and Altseason comes. Now, a lot of people be like, yeah, I'm waiting for Altseason, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy that. One mistake that I see a lot of people doing in crypto is they actually sit in cash to buy altcoins in the Altseason. You gotta understand something, guys. Look at this. I have this theory, and I always tell to people, every coin pumps different. This is Casper. I show you this chart because this is a coin that actually did more than 200x in the beginning of the bull run. Look, it was literally 20 November 2023, which was the start of Bitcoin starting pumps, and Casper was like over 100x, 200x up. So this is a coin that could have made so much wealth. Right now, you see Casper is almost like, not, I wouldn't say dead because it pumped like crazy, but it's slow, right? Because it pumped 200x here, and look, we're almost in the same level that we were in November. So what you can learn from this? You can learn that in Altseason basically is the time where the majority of altcoins go up. The problem is that a lot of people don't get that every coin is different. So you got coins like Caspa that did 100x at the beginning of the bull run. You got coins that are pumping right now with the bull run. And you got coins like Matic, for example, that had most of their gains at the end of the bull run. So by not knowing your altcoins, look how crazy it went. So till 2021 it wasn't moving, then it went like crazy. So the majority of gains it had almost at the end of the cycle. So why this is important? This is so important because a lot of people try to play Altseason while they don't know what coins they're having. So for example, if you're on Caspa right now, you could have made so much money just by buying at the bottom and just chilling and selling probably at the beginning of the cycle. But if you bought Caspa right now, you'd been so slow. So you gotta know what you're holding. You gotta know the coins. How you can know them? By doing the research. And what I mean with that, I mean that you gotta do the research in a way that you gotta know everything about your coins, like how they pump, pumpamentals, marketing. Might be a certain feature that will come soon that will make the project probably go up. Might be a marketing idea that the team will push soon. Might be something like a feature that will come soon. So these are all things which you can create a better idea how it can pump. For example, Ethereum had this few years ago, had this change from proof of work to proof of stake. Everyone was hyped about that. So don't play the game, oh, I'm waiting for Altseason, I'm gonna buy everything. Because a lot of people think like you make most of your money in crypto by just clicking more buttons, by just jumping here, selling here, buying this, buying that. But you gotta understand that the real wealth is just by buying one coin, selling at the top, not trying to trade, buy back lower and all of this idea. And as I said, people love to actually take so many actions because they think like this is the road to the wealth, but it's not. Like most of your money, as I said, you make by buying the right coin. So let's say buying immutable, just taking something in general, buying at the bottom, selling at the top, not just trading it. You might be like, yeah, but I want to cut my losses quick and stuff like that. But you have to understand something. If you do those things, it means that you got a weak research process. Because if you actually got a lot of coins in your portfolio that got many problems, you actually didn't do the proper research. That's the harsh truth. So by focus on quality over quantity, that's how you win. And sitting on cash trying to play for Altseason, trust me, you're gonna burn yourself. So you might make money, but the problem is that the pain of missing out is much larger than temporarily being down. So I have so many stories even for myself that I actually sold my main token, then I actually bought another one, and then the other one collapsed and my main token that I sold pumped like crazy. So I think the best move is buy something, sell it at the top. I'm not saying jump on one coin only, but I'm not saying also jump in 20 coins too, because you make wealth in crypto by concentration, not diversification. A lot of people join with crypto only with 5k, 10k. They want to make wealth and they got 20 coins. And how you expect to make wealth if you got 20 coins? Like you make wealth in crypto by concentration. And this is what Warren Buffett says. Look, what he's a legend of investing in general. So this is more about Altseason. Now you might think like, where do I expect to get a better idea when I think Altseason will come and give you a clear estimate what happened in the last bull run is this. So let's go last cycle. We saw this rally on Bitcoin like crazy here, most of the pump till February, right? Then we saw another rally till March. So February, March, April was like a Bitcoin started to really slow. If you check here, even if you go on daily time frame, you can get a better idea how Bitcoin started to move. So it started to move so shady. It couldn't actually pump more. Like we had a really great price action. In January, we had a mini Altseason because look at this crash here. Like it was struggling. Then it went up one more time, then crashed again. So the moves were completely different. When we make a new all-time high, look how crazy it was. It was so quick. It was like almost a straight line. But then it showed weakness, and that's how alts rallied. So if we expect a same move, which I do for this cycle, we can actually start probably an Altseason by January, February and run till March, April, if we do the same like this time here. So one thing which you gotta understand, guys, and a lot of people haven't paid attention, is that some alts will top in this first rally, some alts will top at the probably the real top. So look what happens. Link, for example, is a coin that actually topped in the first Altseason rally. Look, Link literally topped in May 2021, but the top for all the Bitcoin was in November. So Link top was May. It didn't rally more in November. Look how it was in November. It was lower than this one. And if you actually try to play the Altseason for Link and try to be like, oh, the last high was 52, it's right now on the second pump is going to go more than that, you actually lost money. Then you got coins like Solana, which actually topped at the proper peak of the bull run, which was November. Here was Solana, I think at, let me check. Here was Solana at April, right? This is the top of Solana, but you got Link that topped earlier. Got many coins that topped earlier. I think Doge actually topped earlier too. Look at the top on Doge. It was May 2021. It didn't rally in November. Look how Doge went in November. It was lower than this peak level. And a lot of people bought the bottom here with the idea that we're gonna run one more time, and I'm probably gonna get out here or gonna get out a little bit higher. Guess what? They lost all the money. Now, you might be like, how I can know that my altcoin will top earlier in the first altcoin rally or late at the proper peak? So what happened in the last bull run? Let me draw it like here. I've not been used to this a lot. Like I'm not a big fan of technical analysis. I do this more like a reference for you guys to create a better idea how things are. And yeah, seems like I can't find the drawer. One sec. Anyway, yeah, it's here. So we had this altcoin rally here. This was March, April, April. And what we did is we actually crashed, and then altcoins ran for another time in November, which was the proper top, right? This was the proper top. Now, a lot of altcoins topped here. Now you might be like, how I can know if my altcoin will top earlier, probably next year, by March, April, or even before summer, rather than the top, which might be, let's say, Q4 2025. You can create a better idea, firstly, one, by having less coins, by not diversifying more. Why? Because if you have less coins, you can understand and know your coins better than having a ton of them. Because if you have a ton of them, you can't know everything about them or know in depth because you're distracted. You gotta be like, oh, I need to monitor this coin because it has pumped. I need to check this coin. I need to check this improvement of the other coin. So you're in a big distraction. If you have less coins, you can create a better idea. How you can? For example, let's go to the Kaspa example. Kaspa, as I said, pumped a lot at the beginning of this year. Now, in my opinion, it's riskier to hold Kaspa till the top of the bull run. Why? Because it actually did most of the gains at the beginning, and it's likely that Kaspa might top earlier, let's say, at the first stage of the pumps on Altseason. So probably if altcoins rally hard before summer 2025, it might be the top for Kaspa. Why? Because it pumped like crazy a lot. Now, I'm not a Kaspa expert or research in depth to be like, yeah, it's going to top 100%, because maybe the quality of this project is amazing and they got some improvements and it will pump more, then I agree. But you can create a better idea on how much coins, when altcoins can top based on how much they pumped in the past. For example, Solana actually pumped like crazy at the beginning of the bull run too, and it's currently doing. So look, Solana pumped, bottom was here, it almost did a 10x or more than that so far. So I wouldn't be surprised if Solana actually tops in the first rally of Altseason next year. I'm not saying it's 100%, but if something pumps huge at the beginning of the cycle, it's very likely that the top might also come earlier. For example, Link last time that had the top in 2021, the May, April, the first rally, look how crazy it pumped at the beginning of the bull run. It actually started the pump on 2019. Look where it started the pump, and it went like crazy. For example, Solana that topped, let me show you the chart. So this started 2019, right? Let me show you Solana. Solana started the rally in 2020. Look, it was later. 2021, I would say. Look, it was 4 January 2021. That's why Solana actually topped later than Link, because it didn't have the gains that Link had previously. So by watching how much your coin has pumped till right now, you can create a better idea when it's headed. For sure, this is not like a black or white that, oh, it pumped and then it's gonna top earlier, but you have to be cautious. You have to look at the team, founders, fundamentals. Are they strong? What they're building that's gonna come in the future is something really good that probably can make the coin to go up in November. This is stuff that you all gotta calculate. I run a private community. Only in the last week we've been doing like crazy gains. Like, you can check these testimonials. We share the coin, did 10x, this guy 10x, this guy 12x. He made 30k. I actually shared a meme too, and it pumped like crazy too. So if you wanna get inside my private community, only basically in the last bull run inside we did like 200x, got also the top of the bull run too, and you can actually verify all the proofs. It's nothing like, you know, those influencers that talk but got nothing to show. I'll leave you a link below. You can have a one-on-one call with me, and I can see if you're a good fit for the community. I don't accept all, so just feel free to book a call, and I'll see you there. One important lesson which I actually want to give right now is a cash out mistake that I see a lot of people doing. So during the bull run, you have to understand that you'll suffer a lot from the syndrome that you'll never be happy with what you achieve. Now, it happened to me even in the last cycle, but I managed to not do this mistake because I've been used to it. You make money here, right? You made, let's say you bought Solana, you make so much money right now, you feel proud. And what you do is you actually go and increase your targets, because during the bull run, you'll see so many crazy stories. You'll see people making millions of dollars. You'll see people actually going like crazy buying stuff, and you'll be like a small fish. So you gotta keep something in mind, guys. Investing is hard. There's not a single time that you gotta invest money and you're gonna be like, I made it. Every time you made it and you crush your targets, you're gonna be, oh, I wish I actually achieved more. If you make 100x, you want 200x. If you make 200x, you'll see a guy that made 300x and you'll be like, shit, I can achieve this. And here is where people and all investors lose money, because they see those stories and they actually are near the top of the bull run, and what they do is they actually increase their targets more, or they actually have some events in their life that they want to achieve more, like they got mortgages to pay, they want to buy a home, or they realize, oh shit, I need to pay taxes. And what they do is they realize, I made 100x, but 30x will go to the tax, so I'm going to aim for more. And this is exactly how 80% of people lost money in 2017, 2021, and all bull runs. So be really careful. Don't actually change your targets just because something happens in your life and you want to achieve more, or you're just greedy and you see another guy with more money. This happens all the time. You have no idea how many times I've seen this play out. That's why I want to give this lesson to you. Have your goals and don't change them, especially when we actually go near the end of the bull run. So if we actually are approaching, as I told you earlier, if we are approaching and bull run, let's say, here's the bottom, let's go at 1050 days, which was October. If we are here and you made most of your money and you want to be greedy, you're playing with fire and you're dumb. Because if you actually try to make money here where we are almost at the top and so near the top, you're playing with fire. Anything after, I would say anything after March 2025, you have to be careful. I'm not saying don't buy it, but be smart with your profit. Because I know your mindset is, who cares, it's just profit, and if I lose, I don't care. But trust me, this kind of mindset will cost you a lot, and you'll understand the consequences in the bear market. Because during the bull run, making money feels easy. I know, because I've experienced that, and you might too. It feels easy, it feels like, oh, you made it and now you know everything. But trust me, once the bear market hits and all those rand candles come, you're gonna lose your money. You're gonna all remember your story, how and why you didn't cash out here. So take this lesson from me, and hope you enjoy this market breakdown video. As I said, don't forget to book a call. You're gonna miss so much potential if you're not inside my private community. We got altcoins that got over 50x potential, so just book a call below and I'll see if I can help you with this.